What a beautiful sight. What a beautiful view. We are so lucky to have a neighbor like Keralis just making these amazing buildings over here. And look at these wheat fields. Oh, this has just popped up right next to where I've been inspired to work. There is now a barn over here, complete with hay bales around the outside. Kind of looks like it's still a work in progress. And I spotted this because I came to work on the road project. Now, we had completed this for the most part. We had this T-junction over here, and then I had only just built the road itself going through this area. What you'll see now is that I've started to work on a road design, and I kind of wanted to wait for the 1.16 blocks to arrive and use basalt over here. And now that we're a little bit closer, and by the way, just look at that view. Towers, castles, an aeroplane in the sky. You know it's Hermitcraft. Look at this right here. The textures fit together really well. So we've got polished basalt, randomized rotation of regular basalt, some hanging lanterns, lanterns up the top, and some walls here to add a little bit of 3D shape. The thing that I am struggling with is the lamp design at the moment. This one right here serves its purpose, and I tried not to do the exact same thing again, but this shape just didn't look right to me. So it's just a little square and clunky, and I think what we'll do is we'll remove these blocks here and make it a little bit skinnier to begin with. Well, I think Keralis knows what he's doing because same design and it just looks 100 times better. So we're going to go with that, and the idea is that we're going to space it out every 5 blocks. So 1 or 5 sections, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our other one is going to go over here, and you can see where the previous design is as well. So somewhere around here we're going to make like a transition into our area. So the idea that I had was honey crystals. They look great from a distance, but maybe not so good closer up. There's also one just over there, which I think is good to have a few of them around. And so that transitions into this new section, which I've been extending, but we got a lot of work to do to finish this. So a big stretch of this road has been complete. There's still a long way to go, but so far it looks fantastic. And over here from the side you can see the details really do work. The use of wall blocks, the chains and the lanterns look fantastic around those basalt pillars. And I've even done this on the opposite side, but most of that area is covered up, so not as much building going on over there. And that's because the jungle's really quite close to it, and I've actually spent the time putting the string underneath the vines to stop them from growing. Also, look at this thing at night time. It's kind of well lit up, but it's reminded me I haven't put light sources underneath the white carpet. So when we get over here, it's really dark. When we shoot around to this side, you can see back here that Keralis actually hid light sources underneath the carpet. So that's like another little grind job that we've got to do to get this thing nice and illuminated so mobs aren't spawning on it. And what do I see? What do I see? All this time and effort I put into making a farm, and this guy just loves to pop up right next to me all the time. Okay, time to do some trading. And you know how this guy loves to wander? Well, I've used the shulker boxes to pin him in. No wandering away today, my friend. What trades do you have? Any here that I haven't gotten already? I think I see 1 or 2 that I'm after. Actually, quite a few. That was a really good haul. Look, we got all of these new ones right here. I need 1 more log to get all of them on the side of the wall over there, and I'll throw up the spreadsheet just in case you wanted to keep up to date. So in goes polished basalt, sticky pistons, and pistons. Apparently I actually already had that. Stone bricks with the other stone related materials. And then coal ore, which I have absolutely tons of inside of the diamond drawer. And I have been summoned by Keralis, who has an office literally made out of diamond blocks. With miniature diamond blocks. The ceiling, the floor, it's all diamond blocks. Okay, there's an actual proper entrance here. Oh, my dude, my dude. Oh, it sounds so good. No, don't spoil the song! I love this jam. I love this jam. Yes, it was Keralis. It was season 2. I need to see the redstone here. Like, is this where the redstone is? Oh my goodness me! Look at this. Efo with note blocks has created the song "What Is Love" by Hadaway inside of Keralis' base. And if this is giving you a case of deja vu, then where we are right now, we'll probably do the exact same thing. because this is my Season 2 Hermitcraft base. Oh, it is always very nostalgic to come to this one in particular. And that is because it is home to one of my fondest memories over here at Booby Mountain, the home of Keralis. And there is King Keralis himself right there. And in this season, we did a so-called prank on Keralis. This was definitely the friendlier variety of prank because both me and him absolutely love this Hadaway song called What Is Love. It is a 90s classic, and I decided back then to rebuild it in Minecraft. And there it is. With note blocks and all of that jazz. And after all of these years, it would appear that the redstone still works in the latest version. Oh, this is charming. Now, unfortunately, it's all squeezed into a box here, but you can see that it's not quite as big as what Etho built, and this is also not the full song. It's like a loop, like it goes into the main section of the song and just plays over and over again, and then you can stop it whenever you like to. I'm sorry, peeps, I'm just having some serious nostalgia right here. Oh, it brings back so many memories. Good times, they really were. But that's what we do on Hermitcraft here together. We make good times over and over again. So many memories across so many seasons. And just now having a closer look at the redstone here. Clearly it's a lot bigger. It wraps around the corner. There's probably more note blocks. But back here, there's all of this stuff going on with water streams and chests and hoppers. And I have no idea what it is. And I guess I can't wait to see Etho's video on this so I can learn exactly what this system back here is. Anyways, that was a bit of a detour, a distraction from what we've been up to this episode. I also found this very dangerous drop that allows you to get out the side of the building. Yeah, almost died earlier when I fell down that gap. Keralis was also telling me he's got plans to expand into the desert. I think this road is going to go in that direction, and we're going to have some building happening in this space near our castle, which honestly I'm just super excited for, because one of the things I love about Hermitcraft these days is how close together we play. For some reason, back in the day, everyone used to move really far away from one another, which just isn't the fun way to do things. So after the ad break, my plan was like, big time lapse, let's get right into this. And then I kind of realized what we're doing next is a little bit dull in some ways, because to time lapse the construction of this, I'm basically going to be building up walls down here where it's hard to move the camera around. So we're actually probably going to skip all of that. We'll walk through some of the key pointers here. So now we're moving away from a straight design. We have to kind of make it work with these curves, and I'm basically just eyeballing this and winging it, and it's actually turning out pretty good. I feel like the distribution of these pillars right here is fine, and it works all the way around to where we have two straight roads again. So now what we're going to do is jump down below and fill up these big spaces down here with basalt leading to the top of the wall. And if I'm going to show you what I've done, then I'm going to need to get my hands on more basalt because I've run out rather quickly. That's not a surprise. If you remember, we have a deal with XP Crafted, and for the month of July, which we're currently in, he owes me a beacon, and he actually left it over here next to my sign, which I was unaware of. But then in a few more days, he'll owe me another beacon, so we'll have them coming our way. We have a deal where basically he gives me a beacon every month for taking things from my witch farm. So this, my friends, is going to be a permanent beacon. Usually I pick them up and bring them around with me, but I'm going to leave this one here now that we got an extra beacon. And this is so that we can get the basalt with the instant mine effects. So with all of the materials gathered and the road is now fully constructed, the view is just fantastic going underneath the arch, and then the road looks fantastic with the jungle around it, splitting off into two paths. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. When you see it from the sides though, sometimes it's opened up and you can see the details, and at other times it's all a bit closed in and narrow, the terrain and the jungle leaves coming up close. But the place you're probably going to see it from the most is this sort of angle over here approaching our area, where it fits in really well, and I'm loving how this turned out. One thing I can say is no more lamps. You'll notice that they end here, and that's deliberate. Once you go past the arch, the road goes at a diagonal. It's probably going to get messy. Maybe I'll take care of that at another time on a live stream. Speaking of which, I do live streams on twitch.tv/Xisuma. Be sure to head over there and follow me if you've never done that, so you can catch my live streams. I do them regularly. And this area just here, you can see I haven't built it all the way down to the end where Etho is. I'll probably take care of that on a live stream, and then in the future, we'll have like a bridge design to build going over this river. And maybe, just maybe, we'll end up building some sort of silly EFO head, you know, to match the Borealis head that I've built here. Yes, I'm building a little bit of suspense. I'm letting you put things together, okay? Look at that! Oh, I've had too much fun with this. Too much fun putting this together. So I had built a block by block recreation of a bee in my myth busting world, and it was so easy just to take that and then put those big old goofy eyes on it. And that just feels like the crowning piece leading up to our base. And Keralis has been doing more here. Custom trees, some silos. I'm not even going to tell him that the bee is there. I'm just going to wait for him to see it. And I know that he'll message me on Discord and be like, dude, what is this? Ah, that's brilliant. Now's the part in the video where someone comments about how I've got 100 more levels of XP. It's because I've been farming gold. It is also now nighttime in the jungle, which always looks fantastic. However, the new paths that we've been adding in here, they look illuminated through the trees, and I can't wait to build more of those paths in the future. But it's got me thinking about the creeper towers over here. These do produce gunpowder, and yes, I've got a witch farm and it's kind of redundant, but I want all of our project towers to be hooked up together. So down the bottom here, somewhere underneath where this creeper is, you're supposed to spawn in my farm, dude. So somewhere down here we want to... And another one! So somewhere down here, specifically where I've built, we're going to build, or have built, a platform. And this is a recurrence of like an open space on these paths that I've used this pattern before. So we're bringing that back. And yes, this is off to the side by 1 block because I decided to align it with the road. And you know how it goes in this game, stuff just ain't worth building to have it neatly line up. So I'm going to accept that this is off by 1 block. But as I, go to remove some leaf blocks in my way here, I realise the entirety of this space is dark, potentially full of mobs. And yeah, this is kind of frightening. I think I see a skeleton. I see something, that is for sure. So yeah, underneath our entire road there is like this dark path area. We will of course make our connection from side to side here nice and safe, but maybe there's something we could make use of here. I don't know exactly what it would be, but there's just this big cavernous mysterious space now we've created in the jungle. And I think what we're going to do is exploit the view, or lack of a view. I don't want there to be too much lighting in here, but we're going to throw down a soul lantern on either side, or maybe with some chains that hangs from the ceiling. And now I'm going to make use of my free glass from EFO that we've got right here, and just fill this in so it's not terribly visible. I've just realised something. When we light up the road, there's going to be lights going through the whole of this area. It's not going to be dark anymore. That might turn out to be a good thing. Anyways, with this glass, we obviously create a barrier of safety. You're able to look into the area back there, but nothing will be able to come through. And that is a firm yes for the chains. Lanterns always look fantastic hanging from chains, don't they? And there you go, that's that little... Well, actually, no. There's like one more thing I need to do here. And that is to create a stairwell leading up to the road. So they are connected, and you can see there's a big cyan wall here, so I put some leaves around it to kind of blend it in a little. And so eventually we'll connect all the towers together with these paths, but it is quite the distance from this spot here to the towers over there, and I'm probably going to end up building something in between it, so we'll save that path building for another day. Today though, in this episode, we're going to be bringing yet another tower into the jungle, and it's going to go in that spot over there. It really feels like we need something over there in the distance, and I actually decided to center it around the villagers. Now, this isn't really my plan to start doing stuff with the villagers. I do actually need a tower for a bunch of other farms, but the opportunity to center it here, and the fact that it's going to look really good in this location, I think means that we should go ahead and do that. So now, my friends, we have to gather resources for building. I've done a little bit of it so far, these materials here, but the rest of it we're going to need in very large quantities, and I'm kind of out of shulker boxes. Got one left because these are all filled with leaves. And #1 comment on my last video was something along the lines of, why are you gathering jungle leaves? I didn't gather a single jungle leaf. Look, these are all oak leaves. Every single one of them. So yes, Iskall, or should I say Bernie, is looking for oak leaves. And I believe this thing is now stocked up with shulker boxes. Yeah, there are some over here. And I've calculated that we need about 4 shulker boxes worth of materials. So we'll swap these out. Aha! Oh, that time it didn't ding. That time it did. And that time it didn't. So Iskall said to listen out for the dings, and if it doesn't, make a ding to let him know, because these things need to be properly counted. We also currently have no way of knowing how many the other hermits have submitted, so that's why I'm going to hold on to mine and just submit a little bit every now and then and see where we get. So in the background of our beautiful commercial district, I noticed something rather twirly. This is the Cinnabun shop right here. It's got frosting on top. And this is a place where you can buy ancient debris. The pun being that the top of the ancient debris kind of looks like a cinnamon swirl bun, or whatever it's called. And so yeah, 1 diamond block per Cinnabun. Look at this right here. Like, I thought initially the ancient debris was for decoration, but I think you're supposed to mine it to buy it. And it's a diamond block per ancient debris, which I actually think is a little bit overpriced. I reckon a fairer price would be about 4 to 5 diamonds each. But I just want to use this shop, so you do that, and look, there's some more behind. And is that going to bring it forward? It does. I wonder how much of this stuff is in reserve. If I keep mining it from the same spot, will we see it run out of stock? Cub must have spent ages getting all of this stuff. Well, there we go. We got our 3. And up the top here, there is some sort of cake factory. Step 1, fresh dough from Concorp. This is beautiful. I'm loving the details here. The dough slicer, right? Oh, that's amazing. Seasoning goes on. Brilliant. Baking. This is wonderful. Cooling and adding glaze. Oh, this just looks ever so cool, right? Observer quality control. And step 7, eat fresh baked Cinnabun. There's actually some in here. My friends, that is how ancient debris really gets made. What's this? If this light is on, you should probably run. I really hope that light doesn't turn on right now. So we are getting a little sidetracked there. We needed some shulker box to put materials in for building, and the good news is I've gone around, done all the stuff and gathered all of it, and now we can start construction of yet another tower. What can I say? I'm left a little bit speechless after all of that building and all of that editing. This thing really turned out fantastic. Not just the video, but the tower as well. It just looks really good, and I feel like we actually put it in the perfect position, kind of creating like a semicircle of towers around our main base here. And when working on the jungle recently, I actually ripped out a path that was going to lead over here because I thought we were done with our villager project. You can kind of see where the path used to be. So it'll go on straight ahead, and then it'll turn into the right about here, and that'll be our entrance to the inside of this thing. Which, by the way, has quite the vibe about it. This thing looked really pretty until I put the roof on. Then it became rather dark in here. But we have villagers, and I don't actually have any plans for what's going to go inside of here. I need to kind of hunker down and figure out all the farms left to build and what goes where. But the fact that these are here is kind of encouraging to maybe make some sort of villager setup. What do all of you think? You know, leave me some comments, leave me some inspiration, give me some ideas here, because we got to make the interior of this tower epic as well. So we may do that with them, we may do that without them, but one thing is for sure, it looks amazing. I can't get enough of it. Every time we get a new tower in the area, I just spend ages flying around looking at it. Let's also not forget that we now have a bee. Leading the way into this place. I'm loving everything about this project. One last thing to mention, I actually designed this on a live stream like a month ago. If you want to see the design process, how it went through many iterations to end up being the tower that it has become, then be sure to check out the description box down below, because hopefully I have remembered to put the link in it. That, you know, that may or may not happen, but let's hope it's down there. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. It supports the channel, and I thank you for doing that. And I'll see you very soon in another episode of Hermitcraft. So, ciao for now. Bye-bye.